I am going to go ahead and transition into wrapping up and kind of next steps with Lung Cancer Initiative. And if you're feeling really excited and energized by all the information that we've learned and heard, this is kind of a presentation of what to do next, how you can be involved, kind of giving you an overview here. So I'm going to share my slides. Can everybody see this? Okay, great. All right, so this is just a brief overview of how you can help us achieve our mission of advancing survivorship. For those of you who don't know, we actually recently adjusted our mission to include the words advancing survivorship because this is such an important part of the lung cancer world in space now, because there are so many survivors, people surviving very long times with all of these amazing treatment options that we have. So here we go. All right, so each slide is going to be a different way that you can be involved and join in the work that we're doing with Lung Cancer Initiative. So first, I want to offer the opportunity to join our Summit Planning Committee. So this is actually a new committee that we are going to be starting next year. We are trying to engage more of our community and our network in planning this event next year, hearing from you guys of the topics that are interesting to you, what you're interested in learning about. And so basically, this is a great way to put your advocacy energy into action. Fingers crossed, it will be able to happen in person next year. So I'd love to see in the chat, where would you guys like to see the summit next year? Where are you logging in from? If, you know, we'll definitely be in North Carolina, but we typically have the summit in different parts of North Carolina to reach all of our communities across the state. You also are welcome to join an event planning committee. We have many fundraising events throughout the year, and all of these events are totally volunteer-led through our committees. And so we have our fundraising walks and 5K runs, we have golf tournaments, and we actually have our annual gala. So fingers crossed that that will be able to happen in person in November, and I hope to see many of you there. So if you enjoy event planning, we certainly have an opportunity for you and would love to have you join any of our committees. We also, since the pandemic has started, we've really created a more robust internship program. We've been able to create really exciting learning opportunities for students that are at the undergraduate level and the master's level as well. Anyone interested in learning more about public health programs, event planning, nonprofit operations, development, and marketing. So for any of you all who have connections with different, universities or colleges, or maybe family or friends that are kind of at that stage of life and would like some real tangible experience, we're happy to provide it and share support through those kind of hands-on learning opportunities with our internship program. We also definitely rely on volunteers for certain special projects and administrative support. And so we have a volunteer list where we will reach out to a group of volunteers that we kind of have on standby that are excited to jump in when we need support, whether it's getting ready for our 5Ks and our walks and prepping the survivor bags that we give to each survivor that registers, or helping us pack these advocacy aid packages that we mailed out to you guys in preparation for this event. We always love offering the opportunity for you guys to help and seeing you and kind of working together to prepare for some of the events and programs that we plan. I also encourage you guys to engage us on social media. If you are in the social media world, this is where you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, especially based on the conversation that we had yesterday with a lot of information shared about how to share your story, advocating for lung cancer through sharing your story of how lung cancer has touched your life. Social media is a really powerful way for you to have your own platform to share that. And we encourage you, whenever you feel moved and called to do that, to tag us on social media so we can see that, we can connect with you, and we can support your advocacy journey with our networks and our following on social media as well. And I also just really encourage you guys to attend our events. We have missed seeing you all so much in the past year. I always say one of our greatest strengths as an organization is the community that we have. We have so many passionate survivors and advocates, and there really is nothing better than being able to gather in person and feel that energy and excitement that, you know, we all kind of have when we come together. That's definitely one thing that I've learned to cherish over the past year since we've been spending so much time apart. So we're hoping to be able to transition to in-person events in the second half of the year. So you can see some of these events that we have coming up. The Wine Walk at Lafayette Village in Raleigh, for those of you all who are local in Raleigh. That's going to be our first in-person event. So I really encourage you to come out if you can and if you're around. We will still continue to offer virtual events because from an accessibility standpoint and from the ability, as Dr. Bailey Dorton was saying, for us to connect with people all across the state and beyond, we definitely still want to make all of our events accessible to everyone, no matter where you are. So we continue our virtual survivor luncheons. We're going to continue our community education series and keeping those online so that you can log in wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and continue to learn alongside us. And I really want to encourage you. This is our next big event that we have coming up. We're celebrating National Cancer Survivors Day on June 6th from 5 to 6 p.m. It's going to be a virtual event via Zoom. And we're really excited. We felt like everyone needed a good laugh after the year that we've had. And so we have Blair Postman, who's a hilarious comedian. She's going to come join us and do a little set. We're going to have a joke competition where you guys can send us your favorite jokes and we'll kind of have a competition for who has the funniest joke and really just have a good time together and celebrate survivorship. So whether you're a survivor, whether you know, you're an advocate for survivorship and want to celebrate survivorship alongside us, anyone is welcome to attend and join. So yeah, I just want to wrap up and say a big thank you to all of you all for attending the event yesterday and this morning. If you have any questions or want to learn any more about any of our events coming up or any of the opportunities to get involved that I mentioned, a lot of this information is on our website. You also can feel free to email me. I was going to include my email on the slide, but I'm pretty sure everyone has it because I've sent you many emails in preparation for the summit. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions at all. If you heard about something and said, hey, I really want to get involved, this, you know, I feel energized and really want to give back through volunteering with Lung Cancer Initiative, we have an opportunity for you, especially if you have any particular interests or special gifts that are a little bit more specific. There's always a way that we can kind of put those to good use. And my email is always open and I'm happy to start a conversation about that. So I'm going to follow up today with a survey, a feedback survey. We really would love to hear your thoughts on how you enjoyed the program, what type of information you would be interested in learning about next year. And everyone who completes the survey will be put into a raffle for a $25 Target gift card. So we really encourage you to fill that out. It would really help us out a lot. So I'll follow up with an email to the link to the survey. We also will be sending you a recording of each presentation sometime next week. So be on the lookout for that as well. And yeah, just continue to keep in touch with us, subscribe to our newsletters if you have not already. That's the best way to stay up to date on information about any of the events or programs that I've kind of shared with you on our slides. And we hope to see you at one of them soon. So we're going to go to networking breakout rooms next, but I'm going to stop sharing and give Paige a chance to give any closing remarks and final thoughts before we do that.
Thank you, Colleen. That was great. That was a wonderful overview. And I just want to reiterate Colleen's appreciation to all of you for joining, and to send out another thank you for our sponsors for this year's event. Thank you to Bristol Myers Squibb, Genentech, and Merck. We do appreciate your support and helping us make this possible. Thank you to the amazing speakers. We had a very diverse set of topics and some really good discussion. And we appreciate the information, and we look forward to carrying this back to our communities. For those of you that are new to our network, you are now a part of Lung Cancer Initiative. So we do hope that you will become involved. And as Colleen said, please reach out. We would love to talk with you about what your interests are. We have a place for you, and we certainly want it to be meaningful for you, and you can have a huge impact. I hope that's a takeaway for you today, that regardless of who you are, what your story is, your background, we need you, and your impact will be great in whatever way you choose to contribute. So we look forward to now going into our network sessions. I'll hand it back to Colleen to kind of tell us our directions and next steps. But thank you for joining, and we can't wait to see you all again soon. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Paige. Yeah, so breakout rooms, there's nothing you need to do. Jenny has sorted us into 2 different breakout rooms, I believe. Is that right, Jenny? Yeah, so there's going to be 1 room for survivors. There's going to be 1 room for advocates. So I encourage you to stick around and get to know some of the folks here. And I think Jenny will just go ahead and send us away. So you'll see a pop-up on your screen and just click join the room to meet us there. But thanks again for joining. It's great to see you guys this morning.